The world has ended. Correction. The world has ended many, many times, and it will continue to end until the end of time. At least, that is what it can feel like. Good afternoon, Mr. Kidd, Mrs. Bett, and fellow students. Today, I'm here to talk about events that feel so catastrophic that they might even be classified as extinction-level events. Today, I am here to talk about overcoming obstacles. Today, I am here to talk about strength in times where that feels impossible. Challenges, obstacles, and hard decisions are a part of our daily lives. Bad things happen, we overcome them, and life goes on. But sometimes, when disastrous things hit us in an unexpected way, we are left defeated, hopeless, and it feels like the end of the world. Maybe you failed a test that you really needed to do well on. Maybe that university you wanted to go to rejected you. No matter the reason, sometimes it feels like there's no getting over it. And that's okay. The world is not always a good place, but there are good things and good people in it. Chocolate ice cream, late night conversations with friends, and scoring a buzzer beater all make life a little bit more special. Some days, that's a little harder to remember than others. Last year, I lost a friend to suicide. I was lost, confused, and terribly, terribly afraid. I didn't know what to do when a nightmare I didn't know to be scared of became reality. I spent a lot of time feeling like I had been knocked down, feeling like I could never get up again. I didn't think that I was strong enough to be able to get back up again because I knew eventually something would come along to knock me down again. I was paralyzed because I had forgotten something important. I had forgotten that I had a choice. I had a choice to lie down and let the world end, or to try and get back up again. I had forgotten that I could make the easy choice or the hard one. I was so caught up in what it meant to be strong, what it meant to give up, that I forgot that I had a say in how I coped. I think that we're all a little lost and a little afraid sometimes. I know that I was for a very long time. My dad has a saying, when life gives you lemons, make lemonade. I used to think that was a pretty terrible saying, mostly because I didn't like lemons or lemonade. Now, I think I understand that saying a little better. There will be times when bad things happen. It is how we choose to deal with the aftermath that will define us. I know that some days don't feel like they are worth waking up for. That sometimes small obstacles become bigger obstacles in our minds, like a seed suddenly growing into a tree overnight. It is at times like these, when we decide to get out of bed anyway, that we start to understand how strong and resilient we really are. Bob Marley once said that you never know how strong you are until being strong is your only choice. Over the past year, I've come to appreciate that quote. True strength doesn't always show up in the ways that we would expect it to. Strength can be the quiet decision to work twice as hard for that next test, or to wake up tomorrow with the hope that maybe it won't be quite as bad as yesterday. Strength can be the decision to try and get back up, move forward, when it would be so much easier to stop. It can be motivated by words of encouragement from your friends, a song that came on shuffle at the right time, or a saying about lemons and lemonade that you don't really like. Find the people who truly care about you and allow yourself to rely on them. Vulnerability is not a weakness. To truly rely on others, to allow them to see the inner corners of yourself, that is a form of strength. Having people who will listen to you and will stand by you during difficult times can make the end of the world a little less lonely and less final. It took me a very long time to learn this lesson. Last year, we went through a difficult time dealing with our grief. For a while, things were getting better, feeling better, until they weren't. Activities I loved became arduous to do, to think about. I hated leaving my house, I hated coming to school, I hated a lot of things. I was angry and on edge all the time, waiting for the other shoe to drop. The world was spinning slower somehow, as if I was constantly holding my breath. Nobody else seemed to notice it wasn't the same world as before. I was afraid to ask for help, to reach out to anyone, afraid that people would see me as weak, afraid that nobody would understand me if I tried. I let things go bad, and if I hadn't reached out to someone, anyone, I wouldn't be the person that I am today giving you this speech. I reached out to someone, not out of confidence or any epiphany or any other positive decision. I was just tired. I figured that I had already been knocked down, and asking for help couldn't do me any more harm than what I was doing by doing nothing. I was sick and tired of being angry about what was going wrong, instead of focusing on what I could do to make things right. This year, I was diagnosed with general anxiety disorder. In hindsight, a lot of things make more sense now. Right now, the world is ending, but I am still here. This is my story. Now you have the chance to write your own. No matter what place you're in, reach out. Reach out towards others, and they will carry you, hoist you, pull you from your darkest days. In the future, challenges will arrive, and they will have to be dealt with. There will be dark days, bright days, and days that just need to be over. The world will end, often for some of us, and maybe not so often for others. Some apocalypses will hit us harder than others, and we will feel their marks more deeply. It is the most normal thing in the world to feel hurt and sad and a whole other host of negative emotions when our own demons come knocking. It is okay to be sad. It is okay to be sad, to rain rivers from your eyes, but soon the riverbed will dry. The trick, as C.S. Lewis wrote, is to know that crying is all right in its own way when it lasts, but you have to stop sooner or later, and then you still have to decide what to do. So, here is to the sooners rather than the laters, to the people who have the strength to get up after the ground crumbles and shakes beneath them, to our friends and family that choose to stand by us. Here is to having the strength to try and get up again, and to the kindness to help those who are. We deserve the world and all its glory and sweetness, but the price is the challenge to earn it. I ask all of you to get back up, to get out of bed tomorrow, even when it doesn't feel worth the effort of waking up, in the hope that tomorrow will be a little bit better than yesterday.